we are going to be doing AdCenter tips and tricks for advanced optimization. I need a drink. Okay. Okay. Welcome to the New Life event. If you're just joining us, my name is Shauna Siegel. I am the CEO of One Choice for Your Store. I am also the host of Ecom Experts on Webmaster Radio, and I love education. Education is power. We love education, and if you want to learn more about me, just check out my bio because we're here for the New Life event. Special thank you. Please make sure you say thank you to all of our speakers. They are so wonderful, and without them, we wouldn't have this event. A special thank you to all of our audience members because without you sharing the word, these speakers wouldn't come back time and time again, and we're on our 4th event, and they do come back because, of you guys. So thank you very, very much. Please keep spreading the word. I'm going to show you a little bit later at my 9 o'clock webinar what you guys did to the New Life event website. You guys are going to be amazed by it. We're doing all kinds of prizes, and also don't forget our grand prize that we're doing each day. That is so awesome. And you are a winner just by being here because you are getting so much wonderful education that will help you to grow your business. So for information on winning prizes, just go to twitter-winner.com. Make sure you're using that hashtag NLE. And we've got this tweet chat room set up. There's all kinds of information on the site, but it is so cool. It is so awesome. And they automatically put in that hashtag for you, and you can keep up and you can talk and you can do all sorts of things. Although right now Twitter is being really, really slow about it. So just pretend like you're putting it in and then 5 minutes later people are going to hear it. Okay. So that's the way it's working. So we've got a great schedule coming up all night long. We're going until 10 o'clock tonight. It is absolutely wonderful. So make sure you stay with us. And if you have any questions at all, you can Twitter at New Life Event or ask questions on the right-hand side. Mom, I'm going to need your help doing this. What was your number, sir?
42.
42. All right, I'm going to pass the controls on.
I'm looking.
It had to be 42.
42.
Okay, now I see. Why 42?
If you've ever read any Douglas Adams, it is the secret to the universe.
Okay.
42 is the great answer to the universe.
Now, Shauna, I saw 43. Did you see a 42?
I see 43 as well.
Okay, and that was a very quick one. So shall we let Andrea know that she won?
Andrea Gatsby. She won a beautiful Wish Pearl Heart Pendant. Congratulations, girl. Make sure to go to twitter-winner.com and click on the Claim Your Prize. And congratulations. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our next one. I am going to mute myself, sir, and let you introduce and tell people how wonderful you are, because, yes, he is wonderful, people. And make sure you put down his Twitter name, because we'll want to tell him how wonderful he is, and let you take over. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Shauna. Thank you, everybody, for again, inviting me. I've done this before, and I had a blast, and I'm super excited to be doing it again. My name is Joseph Kerschbaum. I work at Clix Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about AdCenter tips and tricks for advanced optimization. There's a lot of buzz going around about Bing because it is growing in search volumes. So if you are not using Bing right now, you should be. But this presentation, as in the title, says advanced optimization. So it's geared a little bit more towards people who are already using MSN AdCenter. So a little bit about me. Like I said, I am Client Services Director with Clix Marketing. I am the co-author of pay-per-click search marketing an hour a day from Wiley Sybex, and I also write regular columns in Search Engine Watch, Website Magazine. I'm a guest blogger for the Microsoft advertising blog, Visibility Magazine, PPC Hero, SEO Boy. So I write a lot. My fingers tend to get really tired. So I'm actually very excited to be actually talking right now and actually not typing. So that's super great. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about AdCenter tips and tricks for advanced optimization. We're really going to cover 4 core things about your account if you are using MSN AdCenter. 1, network distribution. 2, campaign budgeting. 3, conversion tracking. And 4, demographic targeting. And the reason why there's dozens and dozens of things that we can talk about with MSN AdCenter. But these are some things that when we inherit accounts or accounts that we're optimizing, we often are looking for ROI killers, the silent killers within your account, or volume killers within AdCenter. So that's why I chose these 4 things. And also what we're going to be doing throughout the presentation is that so many people are used to Google AdWords. They know how Google AdWords works. They know the interface. They know, all the tips and tricks there. So I thought it would be helpful to do a compare and contrast to adCenter. So we're going to show you how it works in adCenter and maybe kind of get you acclimated in the waters by telling you how it works in Google AdWords. So then you say, oh, that's somewhat familiar. And like I said, this is geared more towards those who are using adCenter now. However, though, if you are thinking of starting to use adCenter, like I said, if you're not, you should start. So this is geared basically towards everybody, but we're definitely going to be using some screenshots within this presentation of the interface. So it'll be a little bit more familiar to those who are using adCenter. And I'm going to try to keep this within about 20 minutes. So those are the core things, and let's get started. So network distribution. For most of you know, there was a lot of hubbub around Q4 in 2010 when Yahoo Search Marketing merged with MSN or Bing. So basically, in a nutshell, when you go to Yahoo and you run a search on Yahoo, your search results are supplied by Bing. To the average user, it really was pretty seamless. They probably didn't really notice very much. But if you are in PPC advertising, search marketing advertising, it was a very big deal. So right now, after all the dust has settled, the post-search alliance distribution and adCenter, you have within your account, you're able to advertise on Yahoo Search, as in on Yahoo.com. You're able to advertise on Bing.com. Bing Search. You can also advertise on the Search Partner Network. These are different partner sites that provide Bing search results. So if somebody looks up like book publisher on a site that isn't Bing, but they run Bing search results, that's a search partner. And then also within MSN adCenter, you can target the content network. It's very similar to what they do in Google AdWords. The content network is just where your ads can run on different sites, and your ads will be targeted to content on those sites. As in, if you're a book publisher, you might appear on sites that talk about book publishing or book writing, but not necessarily search-based. So really, when it comes down to it, these are your 4 different types of distribution within MSN adCenter after the alliance was done. So for those of you, like I said, who are in adCenter, this is all very familiar. For those of you who aren't using adCenter right now, this is what you can look for. So what does this mean? This is an actual screenshot from the MSN adCenter interface. And you notice kind of here it says ad group name distribution, bid type, ad distribution here. It's towards the bottom is where this is going to be really important, and we're going to come back to this here in a minute after I show you a quick case study. So here you can actually see, and within Bing you can see there where it says all Bing and Yahoo Search Network syndicated partners. You can choose that, or you can choose only Bing and Yahoo websites, which means only showing your ads on Bing or Yahoo. And then you can select only Bing and Yahoo syndicated partners. So then you would exclude everything and only show all those other external partner sites that also run their search results. So those, and then you can see you can run search network and content network. So those are, from my previous slide, basically showed you the 4 distribution networks, and then this is kind of how it breaks down in the interface. So when you're setting up your ad groups and setting up your campaigns, this is basically what it looks like. So this is what you need to do now. For those of you who are already running your MSN adCenter accounts, you need to, first of all, separate your search and content. This is similar to what you would do in Google. They are very different. The distribution there is very different. The user intent is very different, and your performance is going to be very different. So do this now. We're going to have this as a theme throughout the presentation because I'm very action-oriented when it comes to my presentation. So make sure you are separating your search and content within MSN adCenter. Within MSN adCenter, you can actually separate your search and your search partners, and we're going to talk about why you should do that. Within MSN adCenter, you can run a publisher performance report, and what this does is for your search partners, it tells you where your ads are appearing, and you can find sites that are doing well and find sites that aren't doing well, and you can exclude or remove your ads from the sites that aren't doing very well, and it is called the publisher performance report. So if you are already in MSN adCenter, do these things, and if you're already running on the Search Partner Network, make sure that it is crucial that you run the Publisher Performance Report because it can be a silent ROI killer. And you may find when you run your Publisher Performance Report that you may just need to outright pause the Search Partner Network, which you can, like I showed in my previous slide, where you can actually get rid of the Search Partner Network. To give you a little bit of history behind that, actually, the MSN didn't really have a huge search partner network. It was when they merged. It was when Yahoo and MSN being merged that they basically brought along the Yahoo search partner network, more or less. And even before the merger, us as an agency had found that the Yahoo search partner network didn't have a very good performance. So we would often just exclude it outright. And then when they merged, we kind of saw the same thing happen again. The performance started to slip. So taking all of that, putting all that together, when you structure your MSN adCenter account, or if you're getting ready to launch it, or if you want to do a restructure, this is kind of how your campaign should break down. You should have campaigns that are targeting the Yahoo and Bing websites, like I said, that's Yahoo and Bing. You should have a campaign that targets only the search partner network, because again, they're going to be very different. Have a campaign that targets only the content network, because again, performance is going to be very different. And then also mobile targeting. We're not really going to dive into mobile targeting today, but basically anytime within it, whether it be within Google AdWords or MSN AdCenter, you should always separate your mobile targeting because it's going to be very different. And hopefully you have a mobile optimized website, so that way you would be sending your mobile targeting to that mobile, you would be sending your mobile targeted campaign to your mobile optimized website. But in a nutshell, this is basically how you should structure your campaigns with an AdCenter Bing in order to monitor and optimize your performance accordingly. Because like I said, each of these are very different. Let's take a look at that real quick. So this is a quick case study that we did after the Yahoo merger. After the Yahoo and MSN Bing merger, we had noticed, if you can see here, clicks and impressions going up, and that's great. Most of the time you do want volume, and you think, oh man, this is amazing. Look at our impressions. Look at our clicks. We're totally killing this. This is great. So you can see here both of them going up pretty significantly, starting around, oh gosh, October 23rd. So things really started to pick up for us. However, though, if you can see here, if you look at the orange line here, these are the number of leads that we were generating for this client. We're doing average about 2 a day. So as you can see here, it's actually on the numbers to the right there. We went from about 2 leads a day, maybe peaking over 3.5 to 3 leads a day. So it wasn't really a huge jump for us. I mean, of course, we'll take an extra lead a day. However, though, the bad part is if you look at that gray line with the CPA, our target CPA for this client was about $25. And as you can see there, starting at about mid-October, we were hovering right around there. But as October went on and into November, we went from about a $20 CPA upwards, kind of hitting $60, then upwards of $80. So not really, we didn't really see a huge increase in leads, but we did see a very large increase in our CPA. So what that led us to believe is, there had to be something going on. Our click traffic wasn't as targeted as it could be. So we had to make a few changes. So what was the changes that we made? If you recall, this was the actual piece of the interface that I had shown you where you can choose your network distribution within MSN AdCenter. Previously, where the red line is, where the red arrow is, that is what we had chosen before. We were syndicating to all Yahoo's, we were showing ads on Bing, Yahoo, and all of their syndicated search partners. Well, we had discovered after running the partner performance report that it was really all of the additional traffic was coming from the syndicated search partners. So you can see the green line there. We excluded them. We only did Bing and only Yahoo websites because we wanted to get that back down. Like I said, extra impressions and clicks are great, and if that's all you need, fine. But we are more geared towards conversions and more towards revenue. So what happened? When we made that change, you can see here, normally I would be very depressed seeing impressions and clicks go down so significantly. However, though, that's okay because clicks went down, impressions went down, and then you can see here, look at the orange line, and leads went from about 2 a day, we kind of went up to about 3 a day, and basically back down to 2 a day when we made that change. We made that change sometime around, I want to say November 10th or so. So leads went back down just a little bit, but you can look at our CPA. It took a little while for it to get back down, maybe about a week, and then we were back down about to where we were before. And that's when we had been included into the search partner network. Now, I am not, lambasting the search partner network. We do have clients that it works well for. But we do have clients that it doesn't work well for. And if you are paying attention, you would assume that maybe you had made a change in the account or maybe something was wrong with your landing pages. This can be a silent killer if you don't look at it. All of a sudden you're getting more clicks and you just don't know where they're coming from. So looking at your distribution and running your partner performance report is crucial for advanced optimization within MSN adCenter. So I just wanted to give you some real-world examples of how we started to get more traffic from this distribution, and then how we had to change it, and you can see basically leads started to pick back up, and that's because that big bump at the end is because we started dedicating more of our budget back towards just Yahoo, back to just Bing, and we weren't blowing our budget on a lot of that search partner network. So again, I'm not saying the search partner network doesn't work for everybody. I'm just saying you should take a look, make sure you're not spending money there that isn't converting. So just make sure you do that. So here, for those of you who want to get acclimated, the difference between AdWords and adCenter with Google, you cannot separate your search and search partners. It's kind of all or nothing. Within Google, you can't run a placement performance report or publish a performance report for the search partner network. You just turn it on and you hope it works. Within MSN adCenter, as I just showed there, you can turn on search and search partners, and you can also see the websites within search partners that are generating the traffic, so you can exclude them as you need. So if your search partner performance is close, it's pretty close to the KPIs that you've set for your account, then you can start excluding those websites to try to improve your performance. So make sure that you look at your network distribution within MSN adCenter. Next, that was the network distribution was more of an ROI killer. As I said, we're also going to be looking for the volume killers. And you're thinking, well, Joe, you just killed your volume by removing the search partner network. But like I said, that was an ROI killer. The volume looked great, but it just wasn't converting for us because there was a lot of sites in there that just weren't relevant for us. So next up is campaign budgeting. Within MSN adCenter, you have a couple different ways to do your budgeting. This seems pretty basic, but if you don't pay close attention to this can kill your volume. So option number one is strictly monthly budgeting. So here you can see here we have a $35,000 per month budget. This is straight from the interface, and we just decided to divide our budget across the month. You can either tell MSN adCenter to pace your budget so that you'll spend it more evenly, or you can tell MSN adCenter to spend it as quickly as possible. But that's option one. Option two is setting a daily budget. So here you can still see here, you still have a monthly budget, $35,000, but then you have a daily budget of $1,000 per day. So in a way, you have two governors. You have a governor per day, I don't want to spend more than $1,000, and then you have a maximum monthly budget, which is your other governor. I don't want to spend $35,000 more in a month. Seems pretty straightforward, but often when we inherit accounts from different clients, we find these are set up incorrectly, and this is where your volume killer comes in. You'll notice, and to get you acclimated in Google AdWords, you can only set daily budgets. So you just tell Google, I want to spend $500 a day. I want to spend $40 a day. So this is why within adCenter you can set your daily budgets and your monthly budgets. So here's an example. Remember, when doing daily budgets, underspending can be a hazard. Your daily budget, here's two examples. Let's say your daily budget is $1,000, and you set your monthly budget to be $15,000. Seems pretty high. However, though, if you're hitting your $1,000 a day budget, and you basically do that for 15 days, you're going to shut off your account or that one campaign within probably mid-month. So that's the volume killer. And I know this seems basic, but we've seen it happen. People are like, I don't understand why all towards the end of the month our ads stop showing. It's because these are not set up incorrectly. Or look at the second one. Daily budget is $1,000. So let's say if it's February, if you hit that $1,000, you would expect to spend about $28,000, or monthly budget of $45,000. Well, you're set to spend $45,000 if you want to spend $45,000, but if you only set your daily budget for $1,000, the most you can spend is $28,000. So you're going to be under your $45,000 budget. So it's just a little quick math. Make sure that you basically divide your daily budget by the month and by how much you want to spend. So like I say, we see this frequently, and it is worth it. I've had people go, oh, I didn't really think about that. I suppose I should probably do that. So do this now. Check your daily and monthly budgets, because you could be choking off your campaign just a little bit. Conversion tracking and tagging. First, let's start off with the differences between AdWords and adCenter. Within Google AdWords, conversion tracking is set at the account level. You just turn it on. You don't have to worry about your campaigns or your ad groups or anything like that. You just turn it on and you're good to go. MSN adCenter, conversion tracking is set at the campaign level. So this means that for every new campaign that you launch in MSN adCenter, you have to make sure that conversion tracking is activated. Otherwise, you will not be tracking your sales or your leads. So the differences here I'm sorry, the other part of that is conversion tracking and tagging. So with tagging, And this is for Google Analytics. For those of you who aren't using Google Analytics, shame on you. Google Analytics is free. It can provide a lot of additional information for your account so you can understand the performance and how users are interacting with your ads. And it can help you optimize accordingly. So within Google AdWords, you can just turn on auto tagging at the account level. For those of you who are using AdWords, if you aren't using auto tagging, you should. And for those of you who are using auto tagging, it seems pretty familiar. Like, yeah, you use auto tagging, and what that does is that allows for your paid search, your PPC, to appear automatically in Google Analytics, so that you can get a whole world of data out of Google Analytics that can help you understand the performance of your account. Within MSN adCenter, you need to manually tag your destination URLs. Often we will inherit an account from a client, and they will have an adCenter account running, and they will have a Google Analytics account, and the information with Google Analytics is not running correctly. So we need to make sure that they are basically talking to each other. So you need to make sure that you are manually tagging your destination URLs within adCenter. So do this now. Make sure that conversion tracking is active for all of your campaigns. I know this can be, like I said, that seems pretty basic, but we have inherited accounts where conversion tracking is not activated for all of your accounts. Use Google URL Builder to tag your destination URLs for adCenter. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But it's a great free tool. Of course, it's funny. A great free tool from Google to tag your MSN adCenter URLs, but it's very handy. And bonus tip. For those of you that said this is a little bit of an advanced session, for those of you who are using adCenter Desktop, it's basically the third-party desktop software that you can use, you can download onto your desktop, that you can manage your account without ever having to log into adCenter. It's very similar to Google AdWords Editor. It's great, it's very handy, we like it very much. However, we have noticed a bug sometimes if you're making really big changes and you upload them from adCenter Desktop. Every once in a while, your conversion tracking can be deactivated. We don't know why this is. We've tried to figure it out, and we've actually seen it. I wouldn't bring this up if we hadn't seen it in a couple different accounts. So this is just a bonus tip. For those of you who are using adCenter Desktop and you are either making keyword changes, ad text changes, anything that you're making changes for, whenever you're done, just hop into the adCenter web interface and just make sure that you didn't accidentally turn up your conversion tracking, because we've seen it happen with clients where you make a change, you say great, you come back 3 days later and you didn't realize that your conversion tracking had been deactivated accidentally. I did a little searching around and I've never seen this really spoken about in any of the industry blogs or anything like that. It's just something we've noticed, so it's just something we do as a practice, and just thought I would share with you if you are using the adCenter Desktop software. So make sure you do that. Quick note about on conversion tracking and tagging on the Google URL Builder. To tag your MSN adCenter URLs, this is a free tool. Just go to Google and actually just type in Google URL Builder. It'll take you straight to the site. And as you can see here, the process is pretty easy. I put in website URL, example.com. My campaign source is Bing. My campaign medium is CPC, calls per click. And let's just say for the campaign name, this is my branding campaign. As you can see here, you can also target via keyword. But here we're just gonna tag the actual the campaign name. This is like our branding campaign. So here at the bottom, you can see my two URLs, example.com. If you don't tag a URL, that's basically all you're going to see, and your information within Google Analytics will not appear correctly for MSN adCenter. However, though, you can see the all we did was put in this information, hit generate URL up there at the bottom for step 3, and this is the URL that we were given by the Google URL Builder. So then we are able to tag all of our ads, and all of our information appears correctly within Google Analytics. Demographic targeting, this will be a quick one. As you can see here, this is a actual snapshot from the MSN adCenter interface. You can see here you could target males, females, and you can target the different age groups, 18 to 24, all the way to 65. I mean, you can just basically want to target them, and you can increase your bid. Within Google, here you can see you can increase your bid where it says modify bid there, but then you can also exclude all these different age groups and what have you. So you can do this, and you can increase bids, and you can do exclusions within Google AdWords. So again, just to kind of like getting everybody used to the waters, if you aren't using adCenter, or if you're using it but you don't use it very frequently, Google AdWords, demographic targeting only for the display network. So if you want to target, let's say, females who are 45 within Google AdWords, you can only do that on the display network or the content network, as it is called in adCenter. However, though, in adCenter, you can actually target demographics on their search and their content network. So that's a pretty big difference. Within Google AdWords, this information, this demographic information, is actually provided by publishers within the display network, as in the different websites. The websites provide information about people who visit their sites. Within MS AdCenter, they actually gather this data from people who are logged into their MSN and Yahoo account profiles. So it's actually more of a personal profile, almost like a Facebook, where you can put your information into MSN or Yahoo. So it's actually pulling data from those account profiles. Within Google AdWords, you can increase bids, you can exclude users, and within MSN AdCenter, bids can only be increased. But you can increase bids, so that way maybe so much where you can almost exclude different ages and things. We'll talk about that in a minute. So these are the core differences between demographic targeting, especially for those who are used to AdWords. But the core thing just to remember is how they pull the data. So that's one thing to remember. Users must be logged into their MSN or Yahoo account in order for demographic targeting to work. Otherwise, your bid adjustments will be disregarded. And don't rely on demographic targeting for big gains. And that's because if people aren't logged in to their Yahoo or MSN account, then let's say you increase your bids 100% for females who are 45, it's not really, I mean, that bid change isn't really going to take effect. So if you think you create an account and say, okay, I just want to target females who are 45, it's not necessarily going to work like you think it is. Like I said, we've inherited accounts that thought they were kind of doing this and it wasn't really working. And then quick tip, and this is for Google actually, I was thinking about this as I pulled this presentation together, and this is just whenever I'm talking demographic targeting, whether it be in AdCenter or AdWords, you cannot exclude people, you cannot exclude an AdCenter, but you can within AdWords. Always make sure you exclude 0 to 17-year-olds in Google AdWords, because basically those people aren't buying. So that's actually a quick tip for AdWords. So remember, basically in summary, there's a remember and there's a to-dos. Remember, users who are logged into their MSN or Yahoo account, you can target them demographically. If they're not logged in, your demographic targeting isn't really going to work. So I wouldn't necessarily rely on demographic targeting for big gains. It's really more for tweaking to see if it works. And underspending can be a hazard, like we talked about setting your monthly budgets versus your daily budgets. So just make sure you check both of those. Like I said, a little quick math can save you a lot of headache in the long run. So here is the do this now long list that I pulled together throughout the presentation. Make sure that you separate your search and your content. Those are your different campaigns. Make sure that you separate search and your search partner. So in essence, you're going to have a search campaign, content campaign, and search partners. Make sure you run your publisher performance report, exclude any weak sites, pause search partners if you find it doesn't work for you. Double check all of your daily and monthly budgets. Make sure you're not underspending. Check your conversion tracking for all campaigns. Make sure you turn it all on as you are activating them. And then anytime you make changes within AdCenter desktop, just hop back in the interface and make sure you didn't accidentally deactivate your conversion tracking. Review your destination URLs with an MSN. You can use the Google URL Builder to tag those, so that way your Google Analytics account is providing you with really good data on what is happening in your AdCenter account above and beyond what's already provided in AdCenter. And then, like I said, the quick tip for AdWords is exclude 0 to 17-year-olds. Because I was thinking about that, and we see a lot of people don't do that because most people are looking to generate leads or purchases, and that just tends to be a good rule of thumb. If you want to target 14-year-olds, that's fine. Then don't do that. But for most clients I know, they want to generate leads and revenue. So here is, as I was instructed, my Twitter-winner.com giveaway. I will be giving away 2 books, giving away 2 copies of my book, Pay-Per-Click, An Hour a Day, published by Wiley Sybeck, published in 2010, co-authored with PPC Guru and my boss, David Satella. So that is what we'll be giving away, and I'm sure Sean will provide me with additional information.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got My Toy Smart and Woody's Diecast are winners. So make sure to go to twitter-winner.com and claim your prize for pay-per-click. That book is absolutely amazing. They did an amazing job with that book, and I absolutely love it. So you're going to enjoy reading it. Absolutely enjoy it.
The 2 copies going to them, and that is the end of my presentation.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Earl wants to know how big an ad budget is needed to justify using a PPC management company such as Clix Marketing. Good question, Earl.
Well, that just depends on if you do a little research on there's a whole slew of PPC marketing agencies out there. So it really makes sense doing your research and then figuring out what works best for you. So for example, I mean, if you're only going to spend $1,000 a month, most agencies, including my own, that probably wouldn't be very feasible for you, considering the fees. And like I said, and the fees are different across the board for all of the different agencies. So it tends to be, people who, businesses that are prepared to spend, I mean, I would say maybe a minimum of at least about 5 to 10,000. I mean, obviously we work with, multi-million-dollar campaigns, and then we also help with smaller local campaigns. So it really just depends on, what your ROI for the account needs to be, and then tack that on, not only your ad spend, but then also your agency cost. So you kind of need to do the math and then do a little research and ask around.
Got it. All right. So Judy wants to know, where do you pause search partners in adCenter?
Good question. Well, then we will do this. In adCenter, hold on a second. Let me take a look here. Okay, actually, I'll do this. There we go. If you can see my screen, here in this account, I'm actually just in the campaigns. I'm in the account settings, in the ad group settings, and here you can see I had to get into, let me see if it doesn't log me out. Let me take a look here. I think it might log me out. Oh, well. When you go into your campaign and then you go into your ad group, into each ad group, here it is. Here you have to go in, this is just ad group 1 that I titled. But you go into your actual ad group and you have to do it here. So here you can target all 3 of these just like this. And you will just go like that. You would exclude, like I said, here you can do that. And then make sure you hit save. Otherwise your change isn't going to take effect. So this is within you have to do it at the ad group level, not the campaign. So you have to go into each ad group and exclude it.
Perfect. Absolutely wonderful information. And Michelle Chance brought up a good point. Exclude the 0 to 17-year-olds in demographics for PPC on Google.
Yeah. Yep.
Great reminder there. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Thank you. All right. So, and then I think, let's see, I think that's all the questions that we had. I mean, it was a lot of great information. I know that he covered it very quickly, but you know what? We have all the rebroadcasts that we're going to have for you, so that way anything that you have questions about or that you quite didn't remember or anything like that, you're going to be able to go through that with the rebroadcast, and that's going to be available for you. So good. Like I said, I knew it was going to be great education.
Thanks. And I have the to-do list here. So for anybody who, this is the collection of everything that you should do that is within it. So I tried to cover a lot of stuff for people who are doing adCenter. So this is the to-do list for them to look at again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and it's a really, really great list, an excellent list. So make sure that you mark down your notes, put it in your Remember the Milk task list. And if you don't know what we're talking about, download the New Life Event Survival Guide on the home page where we show you how to use the tools, Remember the Milk, and set up tasks because, we go through this event, we learn lots of great things to do, we write them down on a paper, and then, we kind of forget about it. So Remember the Milk will help us to prioritize and set dates and make sure that we're doing all the things that we should be doing. So thank you so much for joining us, and especially on a Saturday afternoon, and we appreciate it.
Can't think of a better way to spend my afternoon. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope everybody got a lot of stuff out of this, and you had my Twitter handle there, so if something wasn't clear, just ping me on Twitter.
Yes, and Michelle said credit goes to Joe. It was on his slide. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was eating, so if I didn't see that, my apologies. But yes, that is a great thing to remember, and those are the little things that you see that pop up that it's like, oh, duh. You know what I'm talking about? It's like,
yeah, we just do that as a general rule almost. Just anytime on the Google, like I said, on Google AdWords, this is only towards the display network, not search, the display network, and it's almost just a rule of thumb because we just don't think a lot of 17-year-olds are going to be requesting leads from our clients or making purchases for the for the product that our clients have. So it's just kind of a rule of thumb.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to send you over to Twitter because you've got lots of people talking about all the great education that you did. So you're going to have to go over there and talk to them.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds
great.
good.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, so right now is about lunchtime, everybody. We've got about 25 minutes till our next webinar starts. Mom, are you here?
Now I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, and I'm crunching away at cookies too. So we're snacking throughout the day.
Is Joe still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Any tips for grabbing a trial or free coupon for adCenter?
That's a good question. Actually, they very well may offer some on their site. Hold on a second. I will tell you here in just a second, because I know Google gives them out like candy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they give them away pretty frequently. So let me take a look here. Gosh, hold on. I'm gonna hop into their search manager here. Gosh, that's a good question. I'll have to find out. I don't know offhand if they just give stuff away like Google does.
Okay. All right. Now, I do know for many of our people here, we do have the 4-month free coupons for opening up a Yahoo store. That's for the free rent for Yahoo stores. With that, if you are a new adCenter customer, when you open up that store, you do get a $75 credit that will go for that. So that's just something that you might want to take advantage of. If you are a brand new customer, then you'll get that $75 coupon and a $50, like he said, they're easy to get, $50 coupon for Google.
Yeah, they're easy.
You'll get that too. So if you want to get that 4-month coupon, you just go to freeystore.com and we'll get you set up this weekend. Normally we only get the 2-month coupons, but because of this event, we did get the 4-month coupons, but we only have a limited amount, so make sure that you grab them up early. That way we can get you signed up. So, all right, we are going to take a break. Thank you again so much, Joe. And for all of you guys, we got 22 minutes to hurry up and grab a bite to eat. I'm going to go eat. I know I need to stretch a little bit because we have about 8 hours left. Yeah, 20 webinars to go. So we're 10 down, 20 to go. So here we go on a break. Thank you again, Joe.